Children, in today's lecture, we are going to learn about polynomials. What are polynomials? Okay. Now, you already know about algebraic expressions. You have learned about algebraic expression in your junior classes. Now, what is an algebraic expression? An algebraic expression consists of terms which are of this form: r x raised to the power r. Now, what is r x raised to the power r? Means r stands for real number. So, we have a real number here and then we have a variable. I have written here x, it can be y, it can be z, any variable here. So, this is a real number, this is a variable, and then the power of the variable is also a real number. Now, what is a real number? This you already know. Real number can be in the form of p by q, it can be a decimal, it can be simply an integer. So, real number here, then we have variable here, and the power of the variable is also a real number. Then I have written some examples. 5x square, 5 is a real number and 2 is also a real number. 1 upon 3 x square, 1 upon 3 is a real number and 2 is also a real number. Only 3. Now you will say there is no variable here. So as I have told you, this power of the real number, power of the variable can be any real number. So here the power of the variable may be 0. That is why it has not come here. So it is 3, maybe x raised to the power 0. Okay. Then we have 7 upon x. Here x is in the denominator. Therefore, the power of x will become minus 1. Again, minus 1 is a real number. See the next example. 0.5 x raised to the power minus 3. 0.5 a real number. Decimal form. Okay. And then minus 3 is also a real number. Next is root 2x. So, as you know, in real number category, irrational numbers are also included. So, root 2 and x raised to the power 1 is there. Okay. So, next see 2 raised to 2 root x. Root x means x raised to the power 1 upon 2. So, 1 upon 2 is again a real number. See this one. 2 x raised to the power 1 upon 2. I have written the same thing in this form. So, they all are algebraic expression. But let me tell you, they all are not polynomials. What is the difference between algebraic expression and polynomial? In polynomial, the polynomial, each term is of this form. R x raised to the power w. Now, what is this w here? W stands for whole number. In algebraic expression, we have r here. R means real number. In the real number, all decimals are also included. The numbers of the form p by q are also included. Irrational numbers are also included. But when we say w, only whole numbers are included. So, no decimal here, no number of the form p by q, no irrational number here, no negative number here. So, the powers of the variable in polynomial are simply whole number. As you can see, 5x raised to the power 3. Now, this number can be any number. This number can be a real number. It can be in the form of irrational number. It can be decimal also. It can be in the form of p by q. But the powers of the variables are whole number. See the power here 3, 1, 4, here 0, here 3. So these are called polynomials. So these are terms of the polynomial. I have just taken one term here just to tell you what kind of terms are there in polynomial and what kinds of terms are there in algebraic expression. I hope you have understood the difference between algebraic expression and polynomial. And now we move on. We'll talk about polynomials. So now we are going to talk about the degree of polynomial. What is the meaning of degree of polynomial? So this is an example of a polynomial. 7x raised to the power 5 plus 1 upon 3x plus 8x cube. These are known as terms of polynomial. There are 3 terms. And now if we look at the power of variable in each term, you can see the power of the variable here is 5, here it is 1, here it is 3. So whatever is the highest power, that is the degree of the polynomial. As you can see, the highest power is 5. So this is a polynomial of degree 5. Now see the next one. The power of the variable is 2 here. Again I repeat, you have to see the power of the variable only. So the power of the variable here is 2, here it is 1, here it is 0. So highest is 2. So degree of the polynomial will be 2. Here 3x plus 9, the power of the variable is 1 here. And in this term the power of the variable is 0. So the degree will become 1. So degree means the highest power of the variable. Okay? You have to consider all the terms, and whatever power of the variable is the highest, that is known as the degree of the polynomial. Now we move on to the classification of polynomials from here. How do we classify the polynomials? See, polynomials can be classified on the basis of terms also and on the basis of degree also. The polynomial which has only one term, it is called monomial. Here degree does not matter. There should be only one term. Like I have written 3y. Here I have taken y also, so that you know that all kinds of variable can be taken. X can also be there, y can also be there. Sometimes we take mn also, but generally we take x, y, z. Okay. So the polynomial which have only one term, they are known as monomial. The polynomial which have two terms, see here 7x plus 9. So two terms are there, and those two should be unlike terms, because if they are like terms we can add them. Suppose here it is 7x plus 9x, it will become 16x, and if it is 16x, it will become a monomial. So binomial, there should be two terms, and both two terms should be unlike terms. Okay. Then a polynomial with three terms is called trinomial. So there are three terms, 1, 2, 3, and similarly 4 terms. I mean, generally we call them, they all are actually polynomial. This is also polynomial, but we have special names also for them. But a polynomial which has 4 terms, we call it polynomial in 4 terms, or sometimes we call it quadrinomial also, and polynomial in 5 terms, and so on. Okay. Now the classification can also be done on the basis of degree. So when a polynomial has degree 1, it is called a linear polynomial. Mind here children, degree 1, we are considering only degree. Terms do not matter. There can be only one term, there can be two terms. Okay, like here 5x. It has only one term and degree is also 1. Here there are two terms and the highest power is 1. So its degree is also 1. So both of them will be called linear polynomial. We don't count the terms when we are talking about, we are classifying the polynomial on the basis of degree. We do not count the terms. How many terms are there? That do not matter. What matters is what is the degree. If the degree is 1, it is a linear polynomial. If the degree is 2, it's a quadratic polynomial. Again, terms do not matter. It may have one term also. It may have two terms. It may have 3 terms. So that doesn't matter how many terms are there. We are just seeing the degree. Check here. What is the degree? The highest power is 2. So the degree is 2. It is called a quadratic polynomial. Same here also. It is 5x square plus 1. The degree is 2. It is called a quadratic polynomial. A polynomial of degree 3 is called cubic polynomial. Okay. See, 9x cube. It has only one term, but it's a cubic polynomial. Why? Because its degree is 3. It has 4 terms. And check the highest power. The power 3, 2, 1, 0. Highest is 3. So this will also become, this has degree 3. It will become a cubic polynomial. So polynomial can be classified on the basis of terms as monomial, binomial, trinomial, and so on. and on the basis of degree, linear polynomial, quadratic polynomial, cubic polynomial, etc. I hope this is clear to you.